How do I age well? It's something I often ponder on. My name's Rosaria Barretto, and I want to find out what it takes to live a healthy and happy life as we age. I'm a clinical exercise specialist, and for the past 5 years, I've worked with nearly 1,000 older adults, and as a result, have had the chance to talk to a diverse range of happy and healthy, and not so happy and healthy people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I want to know what it takes to be able to look back and confidently say, I lived an amazing life. Why not join me on this exploration on what it takes to live happily and healthily and learn how to age well? So just a little disclaimer for this podcast episode. It is a bit more scripted than I like, just because my baby brain at the moment is super bad. I am expecting my first baby at the end of May. I am 23 weeks pregnant, and retaining information or saying what I'm thinking just doesn't happen as easily as it used to. So it does sound a bit scripty. I hope it's still engaging. I hope it's still entertaining for you, but it is really, really full of important and beneficial information about recovery. As we get older, we often notice that our bodies don't bounce back from injury, illness, or even a tough workout quite as easily or quickly as it used to. Whether it's recovering from a sprained ankle, a cold, or just feeling sore after a good gym session, the process does tend to take a bit longer as the years go by. But why does recovery slow down as we age? I'm going to take a closer look at the reasons behind this natural change. So, as recovery slows down with age, it can have a significant impact on both our physical and mental well-being, affecting various aspects of our daily life. And I think that's a good place to start. I'm going to be breaking down the physical and mental effects that slower recovery has on our lives. So starting with physical impact, specifically on our daily life. So we experience increased discomfort and stiffness. And when recovering from injuries, illness, or even just a sore workout, you may find yourself dealing with increased discomfort throughout your daily routine. And activities that are usually quite simple, like getting out of bed in the morning or bending down to tie your shoes, can start to feel more challenging due to the stiffness or lingering aches. And this can also make physical chores like cleaning, gardening, or running errands feel more taxing. Then we've got our reduced mobility. And as recovery becomes slower, joint pain and muscle weakness can build up over time, making it harder to move with ease. This can affect everything from walking to climbing stairs and even getting in and out of the car. And you might start to avoid activities that you once enjoyed, such as hiking, dancing, or playing with grandchildren, just because of the physical discomfort and limited mobility that can come with slower recovery. The longer it takes for the body to recover, the more energy is required to heal. And this can leave us feeling persistently tired, even if getting enough sleep and water and all that other good stuff is happening. So that chronic fatigue can make it harder to maintain our usual routines, leading to difficult life, difficult work, a lack of enthusiasm for social activities, or the inability to keep up with household tasks. And with slower healing processes, we are also much more vulnerable to re-injury. If muscles and joints don't recover properly, you might overcompensate in other areas, putting stress on different parts of the body. And this can lead to a cycle of injury and slow recovery that limits our overall physical capabilities. It can also impact posture, other chronic health conditions that you may have, and overall just really reduce your capacity to move. And then I'm going to finish off with changes in our exercise habits. Exercise becomes a double-edged sword as we age. While we know it's essential for maintaining strength, flexibility, and our overall health, the slower recovery times may make us more hesitant to engage in physical activity as often or as intensely as you once did. You might find that recovery time after a workout can be discouraging, leading to frustration and a potential drop in physical activity, which can massively worsen our overall health over time. And as a result of all these physical changes and these physical impacts from slow recovery, it can have a really detrimental effect on our mental health. And this mental health impact can really reduce our capacity for daily life. Physically, the delayed recovery can bring about feelings of frustration and disappointment. And I know that I definitely feel like I am super cross and frustrated with my body when it isn't keeping up with my mind and the activities that I really tend to enjoy or want to do. So this mismatch can lead to discouragement, especially if we're used to being more active or independent. So these activities that were once really simple and enjoyable may now feel like obstacles to overcome. And the slower pace of recovery can create a sense of helplessness, which just has such a cascading effect on our physical and mental well-being. As our recovery does take longer, it can also trigger anxiety about future health. If our body feels more fragile or slow to heal, we may start to worry about long-term physical decline, mobility loss, or even the development of chronic pain. And this fear can lead to mental stress and increased focus on the potential for more serious health issues down the road. These concerns might even present other issues from a mental health perspective, as well as prevent us from attempting new physical activities, further limiting our daily routine. And as a result of this frustration, disappointment, fear of long-term decline, we start to experience isolation and reduced social interaction, one of the pillars of physical and mental well-being. When recovery becomes harder, you might start to avoid social activities that involve physical exertion, like going for walks with friends or participating in fitness classes, or even just really, really basic activities like going for a coffee or going to your family's get-together, just because of all of this build-up in worry, anxiety, and frustration. And over time, this can lead to isolation and a reduction in social interaction. If we are already tired or frustrated with physical limitations, it just seems easier to opt out of events. And this is the start of a huge issue that I see with so many older adults. And this can lead to a negative impact on our mental well-being, and quite a serious one at that. And when we struggle with our physical limitations or find that our body doesn't recover as quickly as it used to, our confidence can take a massive hit. You might feel less capable or more dependent of others. And this reduced sense of independence can lead to feelings of inadequacy and lack of self-confidence, especially if you're used to being self-sufficient or enjoy active hobbies. The mental strain of managing physical discomfort, chronic aches, or longer recovery times can lead to what some people refer to as mental fatigue or even cognitive fog. And this can manifest itself as difficulty concentrating, memory issues, or the inability to focus on tasks. When we're already tired from not recovering well physically, it can make mental tasks feel even more draining, potentially impacting work performance, or even just daily performance, relationships, and personal projects. So, as a result of slow recovery, we've kind of gone through those physical implications and the mental implications and how they kind of all work together to lead to a less productive and happier quality of life. So now I'm going to go through the coping mechanisms. It's not the end of the world. There are ways to cope. There are strategies that we can use and tools that we can use to increase recovery and improve recovery. So while the physical and mental impacts are super common, we can mitigate them and continue living in an active, fulfilling life, even in our 80s and 90s. So rest and recovery. This is one of the most important elements of recovery. So it's really important to prioritize sleep and rest, which is super vital for healing, whether it's healing an injury, whether it's healing a cold, a flu, anything like that. Rest is super important. So give yourself permission to rest without guilt. I know it's easier said than done. Recognizing that recovery is an essential part of overall health. So this rest is crucial because it allows our bodies to repair and regenerate tissues, replenish energy stores, and restore balance to our immune systems. During sleep, our body produces growth hormones that facilitate muscle repair, while the nervous system also recalibrates. Without adequate rest, these processes are impaired, and this does increase the risk of further injury, further fatigue, further illness, and long-term health conditions. So, by prioritizing rest, you're ensuring that your body can function optimally and maintain overall health, as well as put yourself in a situation that can optimize your body's internal recovery processes. Another tool or strategy you can use to encourage recovery is exercise. Now, exercise comes in different forms, and I think it's important to point out that a combination of gentle exercise with more intense exercise can really improve the recovery processes. Now, intense exercise can be done when you're feeling better, when you're feeling well, when you're a little bit more optimized. And gentle exercises are a great opportunity to do when you're not optimized, when you're maybe injured or you're not feeling great. So if you've got a cold, for example, going for a walk might be the best thing, whereas a high intensity training session probably wouldn't be, because you're not allowing your body to recover, you're not resting. So try these low impact activities such as swimming, yoga, gentle walking, because these can also help maintain your flexibility, mobility, and strength without overtaxing your body. It also reduces the risk of overloading the body and causing further injury. Activities like this engage muscles and joints without placing excessive strain on them, promoting things like joint lubrication and improved circulation. Enhanced circulation helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to the tissues, aiding it in the healing process. So those low impact exercises can also encourage that circulation and stimulate the release of endorphins, our natural painkillers that improve our mood and reduce discomfort during recovery. We also have social support. So stay connected with your loved ones. Even if it's just for a chat or a light walk together, emotional support can make such a big difference in how you cope with the challenge of aging and recovery. Social connections play a significant role in our emotional well-being, especially during recovery. Research shows that social support can help reduce stress, lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol, and increase levels of oxytocin, the hormone associated with bonding and positive emotions. Positive interactions with loved ones can actually improve mood and motivation, making it much easier to stick with recovery plans and make challenges related to injury or aging much easier and manageable. We've also got emotional support, and that's when social connections can help mitigate feelings of isolation and anxiety, which are really common when dealing with health issues. The next stage is to incorporate mindfulness and meditation or breathing exercises into your routine to manage stress and keep your mental health in check. These techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing, activate our parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, which counters the sympathetic nervous system, that flight or fight response that is triggered by stress. This shift does help us to lower cortisol levels and promote relaxation, reducing inflammation and improving sleep quality. So chronic stress can impede recovery by interfering with our immune function and increasing inflammation. So managing stress effectively through mindfulness can accelerate the healing process and contribute to overall health. Regular checkups with healthcare professionals can help you stay on top of any underlying health conditions. Physical therapy or guided exercise may also aid in quicker recovery or provide more tailored solutions to your needs. Regular checkups are just good in general because they can help with detecting and managing underlying conditions that could impact recovery, such as diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis. Providers such as GPs, Osteopaths, personal trainers, and more holistic professionals can also help monitor other deficiencies. For example, dietitians can monitor nutrient deficiencies, which can hinder tissue repair and prescribe appropriate supplements or dietary adjustments. In the case of injury, physical therapy offers targeted exercises designed to promote healing, improve mobility, and prevent re-injury. By addressing these specific needs through medical expertise, you can also optimize recovery and reduce the risk of long-term complications. So whilst slower recovery with age is inevitable, it's important to remember that these changes are a natural part of our aging process. And by adjusting our approach to physical activity, self-care, and mental health, we can continue leading a fulfilling life with less frustration and more resilience. I also just want to go into kind of the scientific elements of why recovery can become such a challenging part of life as we age. At the heart of our body's recovery process, its ability to repair cells and tissues can be altered throughout life. As we age, the cellular repair process does slow down. Our young, healthy cells regenerate quickly, making recovery faster and more efficient. But with age, the production of collagen, a protein that helps tissues heal, and other essential growth factors decreases. And this can mean that the tissue repair, whether it's muscle fibers after exercise or skin cells after a cut, can take longer. One of the most noticeable physical changes that does happen when we age is a decrease in muscle mass and strength. This condition is called sarcopenia. I actually have a podcast episode that does discuss sarcopenia in much more detail, so go and check that out. And it can begin in our late 20s, or early 30s. It depends on who you are and your genetics. And then accelerates after the age of 50 to 60. Our muscles do play a key role in recovery. And when we injure ourselves, our experience with soreness from exercise, our muscles do need to repair and rebuild. With less muscle mass and strength, the recovery process becomes more difficult and slower. Plus, reduced muscle mass can lead to more frequent injuries, with further prolonging in recovery time. Our metabolism also naturally slows down as we age, and this can have such an impact on the body's ability to recover, particularly when it comes to burning fats and converting nutrients from food into energy for repair and healing. Slower metabolic processes can make it more challenging for the body to deliver these necessary nutrients to muscles and other tissues that are trying to recover, which can further extend recovery time. And as we age, our cardiovascular system doesn't quite work as efficiently. Blood flow and circulation slow down, meaning less oxygen and fewer nutrients are delivered to the muscles and tissues that are healing. And since oxygen is critical for the repair process, this reduction in circulation can significantly delay recovery. Plus, if you're not getting enough blood flow to the injured area, you may feel more stiffness and discomfort as well. Our immune system does weaken over time, and this can impact how we fight all illnesses and infections. When we're sick, the body needs to regenerate our immune responses to fight off viruses and bacteria that requires our energy. So, for example, older adults and older individuals, the energy isn't always as abundant. And this can result in a longer recovery time when dealing with issues like flu or cold, and can also make us more susceptible to complications and secondary infections. Inflammation is a natural response to the body, and it happens as a result of injury, illness, or stress. It's part of the body's healing process, but as we age, our bodies tend to produce more chronic, low-level inflammation. This chronic inflammation can lead to pain and stiffness and can slow down healing by interfering with issues with tissue repair and cell regeneration. So even after minor injuries or aches or body inflammation, our response can extend the recovery period. And as we get older, cartilage in our joints begins to wear down, leading to conditions like osteoarthritis. This causes pain, swelling, and stiffness, making it more difficult for the joints to heal after an injury or workout. Activities that once easy on the body might now cause discomfort or even lead to joint damage. And as a result, recovery from even mild exertion can be slow. And injuries can become more complex to treat. I'm going to go through the next few factors that can impact recovery time. So we've got reduced flexibility, mental and emotional factors, changes in sleep, medications, and then we're going to go into tips for speeding up recovery in more detail. So firstly, flexibility, another factor that does tend to decline with age. As we age, our tendons and ligaments lose some of their elasticity. And that stiffness can really increase the risk of injury and make the recovery process a lot harder. It's also why many older adults experience soreness more frequently after exercise or even after a simple movement like bending down or reaching up. Age can also bring mental and emotional challenges as well. And as we get older, many people experience increased stress or anxiety or worry over other health issues. This emotional strain can also affect how quickly we recover because our mental well-being plays a significant role in our physical recovery. High stress levels can lead to increased inflammation, disrupt our sleep patterns, and reduce the body's ability to effectively heal. Our sleep is crucial for recovery, and this is when the body does most of its repair work. As we age, our sleep patterns can change, and with many people experiencing lighter sleep or waking up more frequently throughout the night. Poor sleep quality can severely hamper recovery times, leading to the body having less time to rest, repair, and regenerate. We also may take medications as we age to manage chronic health conditions like hypertension, diabetes, or arthritis. These medications can impact the body's natural recovery process. For example, some medications can interfere with blood flow, hinder the body's ability to repair tissues, or impact bone health. And additionally, certain conditions like diabetes can delay wound healing, making it harder for the body to recover from even minor injuries. And while aging does slow down recovery, it's not all bad news. There are things we can do to help our bodies recover more efficiently, no matter what our age is. So as I've mentioned, I'm going to sum these things up. Staying active. Regular exercise can help maintain muscle mass, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of chronic health conditions. Eating a balanced diet. Make sure you're getting enough protein, vitamins, and minerals to support tissue repair and immune function. Prioritize your sleep. Good sleep is so essential for recovery, so aim for quality rest each night. Stay hydrated. Proper hydration supports the body's functions, including recovery. Practice stress management and mindfulness, so yoga, meditation, or simple breathing exercises can help reduce stress and improve recovery, as well as consulting a healthcare professional, so those regular checkups can help you stay on top of your health conditions that could affect recovery times. Recovery is very complex, and while it does tend to slow down as we age, it's not entirely out of our control. By staying mindful of our physical and mental health and making lifestyle adjustments where needed, we can help speed up recovery and feel our best at any age. Patience and self-care are key, and with the right approach, it's entirely possible to keep feeling strong, healthy, and resilient, no matter how many candles are on the birthday cake. My name's Rosaria Barreto, and thank you so much for listening to How to Age Well. If you've enjoyed the podcast, I'd really appreciate it if you could take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback means so much and helps others to find out about how to age well.